What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Don't mind my cut. I just woke up. Yeah, I'm not gonna brush it. Fuck it. But what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to FBA Capital. Today, we've got another daily range case study for you guys on NAS100, and we're gonna be doing two of them. So it might be a little bit of a longer video, but if you want to learn, you'll watch the whole thing. But with that being said, we're gonna do the daily range case studies for Tuesday, October 25th, and Wednesday, October 26th. So we're going to start on Tuesday. So let me go back a little bit more. Boom. All right, bet. So we're going to start off by marking up the previous day's highs and the previous day's lows of the previous day, which would be Monday, the 24th. And I already did the daily range case study, so if you didn't check that out, make sure go click that thing. All right, we got the previous day's high, previous day's low. We're going to mark up the Asian session range from the previous day also. So from 18 o'clock all the way to midnight. This is the little grid, not grid, but outline that I do every single day when I do my chart markups. It just keeps it simple. I know what to look for, and it just makes my life way better. Then we're going to mark up the 12 a.m. open. So now that we have our outline, you can easily see that it was a bullish day. It cleared the previous day's high, and we didn't even come below the Asian session range from the day before. So that was an area that I would say likely was going to get targeted in the future, which I think did. But we're just going to mark everything up. I want you to pay attention to a few areas in price. We're going to pay attention to this high, this low, this retracement, and I think these are going to be the main areas. Matter of fact, and right here also, this high. So we're going to start off with this high right here. Why is this important? So first of all, this is the London session high that ran above and cleared the Asian session high right here. And that's important because you can see that this would have been a potential trade opportunity for you guys. Just like this. This could have been a potential trade opportunity. Why? Because you know that there's liquidity above this high. They could have potentially even went for this previous day's high right here also, but it didn't get ran at that point in time. So that's something that you could have potentially ended up missing the trade because you could have waited for the previous day's high to potentially get ran through and then come lower. But this is still a trade you could potentially taken. As you can see, it tapped into it multiple times. After we ran this high, created this high of the day at 3 a.m. You can see right here, 3 a.m. Sorry about that. Do I got a water? I don't got a water. I just woke up. My mouth is dry as hell. I haven't even drank water. But we're going to mark this up, though. We have this 3 a.m. high that ran Asian session high. Just like that. And I do a lot of abbreviations when I do these markups just because it's a lot of long words. We ran the Asian session high also at that time. So 3 a.m. high, and it also ran the Asian session high. And you can see from here, what did price do? You see price had a major drop-off that ended up targeting these lows that were right here. And honestly, me personally, if this would have been a continuation for a London continuation day, in my opinion, I think price would have ran all the way down to these Asian session lows. In this case, we did not. What did we do? Price came down, and we had a retracement. I would draw a fib from the previous day's low to the previous day's high, but there was no retracement. I know that for a fact. But if you look lower, right here, did this run the low? It didn't. You can see right here. You just have this last down candle before the major up move right here that started this trend to clear the Asian session high. We're going to mark this up as our 15-minute order block right down here. You can see how price kind of respected that area nicely, and you can also see 400 big figure level. So we had this low at 5:30. Price had a push. We had a retracement at what time? 8:45. So at 8:45 is when we had this move. So at 8:45, we could also go to the lower time frame right here. And see that price had this retracement within there too into the fib long. So from this low at 5:30 in the morning to this high at 7 a.m., price retraced at what time? 8 o'clock in the morning, 8:30, and then 8:45. You were in this area still, and that was giving you a potential trade. So we're going to annotate that. So at what time did we get the major push? I could say at 8:30 is where you would have been the best opportunity. because you would have been able to wait for price in that area, but you would have been able to get in without thinking you're too late for the move. So 8:30, we had the fib long. We also had the 15-minute order block rejection. And did we tap in any big figure levels? We came close to 400, but I'm not going to label that as a potential confirmation. So that is what we had right here. 8:30 move. We had the fib long at the 15-minute order block. That happened to do what? We ended up running up. We targeted these highs that were created during London session. We're going to make this black. We can see those highs got targeted during London session right up here. And you can see the previous day's high also got targeted. So also we're going to annotate that also. At this time, this 8:30 move at the New York session move is the move that pushed price to clear the previous day's high. Keep that in mind because things like that are going to happen often. And that's something you're going to want to be able to recreate. So we had the previous day's high plus London highs cleared. Just keep that in mind. The London highs cleared. The London highs and the previous day's high got cleared by this major 8:30 move. New York session move. Keep that in mind because it's going to happen a lot. I just want you guys to know that. Even though you already know that, I'm making sure that the people that don't know that know that. So from here, what's the price do? We just had a major push. So this would have been a beautiful move for you to catch. But once the price came in at 930, price was just been moving. And as you can see, this is like a beautiful early move. Let's go up here. We have the high of the day. The high of the day after price cleared this short-term high. Also, what did the price happen to any big figure level? We didn't. 700 was close, but we didn't ideally tap into it, so it came short. So I'm not going to label that as annotation. I will leave the level there. So we cleared this short-term high at what time? 16, which is 3? I think it's 3. 13, 14, 15. No. 4. That's 4. Yeah. I'm not good with military time. So at 4 o'clock. So 4 p.m., we cleared these highs and created that high of the day. Do we tap in anywhere else in price? Oh, and we cleared these highs over here. Let me get the magnet so I can kind of magnet to it since I'm not on that time frame. Those were the highs that we cleared. I'm going to make this regular line. We're going to go back over. And look at that. Boom. Look, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. So we cleared 2 short-term highs at 4 p.m. And you can see price slowly consolidated here. So that would have been a nice area to watch for price to fall. Beautiful. So let's annotate that. 4 p.m. We got the high of the day. After price cleared short. I don't know what the fuck I just did. Okay. Okay. There we go. Plus previous day high. I'm going to say a previous day's high because it's not the previous day's high. Okay. You can see that's what happened there. See, this is why I don't want to have too many words because it kind of makes it hard for you to read and see where I'm pointing to. And then right down here is where we came to next. So you can see from here, after we cleared these major areas in price, this is when price started to what? It dropped. It had a major drop off because why? This was an area of very importance for big money, smart money, banks, people with a lot of money, hedge funds for them. I don't know why it was an important area for them personally. I just know that it cleared highs and they wanted to make a run from this price. And you can see, boom, it had a big ass gap. And then when the market opened, it even left the gap from all the bearishness that was happening. So from here, what happened? Price ended up coming down. And look at that low we have here. I want you to pay attention. I don't know if you've seen what I did earlier with this low, but I did something. I was measuring it. Why was I measuring it? Because if you look, the lowest point over here is right here. And you can see that it just did clear this low, making the low of the day. Why is that important? Because the low of the day happened from this major move up here. The big move, the big engulfing. Because mind you, this is a big move, guys. Look at it on the higher time frame. You got to look at it on the higher time frame. Look at a 4 hour. That's a 4 hour engulfing if there wasn't a gap. Also, let's go to the daily. That changed the whole direction of price. Right now, I think price is likely to stay bearish because we cleared these highs up here. So we're gonna see. That's what I'm thinking right now, boys. Let's get back to that lower time frame. And we created this low of the day at what time? 21, which is 21. What's that, 9? I don't even know. I'm going to say 9. I think it's 9. I really don't even know. I wish I could tell you. I'm going to say 9 p.m. We got the low of the day. After we cleared those New York session, well, not New York session, pre-New York session lows. But for the most part, this was a bearish New York reversal. I'm trying to get it so you can see everything without not seeing too much. There we go. So basically today was just a bearish New York reversal. We had the Asian session. Then we had the Asian session high get ran. Price came back into the range before pushing up high and having a big reversal that eventually, oh, I didn't mean to do that. But that eventually came and cleared these lows over here. Didn't clear the Asian session lows, but eventually cleared the lows. So what you could do is screenshot this, make sure you watch the video again if it's helpful. And we're going to move on to the next one. So hold on. Let me get this. Just like that, because I want to get this for my screenshot for my daily range case study journal. Also, because I still keep journals just like you guys. There's a reason to have them. I'm not just going to not have one and preach it. So even though we're 12 minutes in, we're still going. We're not done. So we got another day to do. Now we're going to do this day right here, where we have a very similar reversal move, as you can see. There's patterns. I'm telling you guys, there's patterns in this shit. And you can see where we are in price currently. Or maybe we'll see a big-ass move like this again. But we will see. Right now, we're going to do what we always do and do our little outline. So we're going to mark up the previous day's high and previous day's low. So same thing we did before. What do you see? This time, the previous day's low got ran. Previous day's high did not. It did come close. But in my opinion, it does look like it just had a retracement overall into that area. We're also going to mark up the Asian session range. Boom. 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 That's the Asian session range. We also have a gap right above it, and that's going to be important because I'm going to show you why. Wrong one. Now we're going to mark up the 12 a.m. open, and we're going to get into the areas I want you guys to pay attention to. Okay. So now I want you guys to pay attention to this high, this low, and this high. Boom. Seems simple. You might know why a few areas are here, but we're going to go and get into the one. Right over here, you can see there is a gap in between these candles right here. And I want to mark that up. So we're going to mark that fair value gap up. We're going to move it on over. And you can see how price reacted to it. And instead of that box for the fair value gap, I'm going to change it to my gray lines just to keep everything a little bit cleaner. So you can see I have that fair value gap right in there. And you can see how price kind of reacted off of it a few times. But I want you guys to pay attention to, boom, there's a fair value gap that is right above this Asian session high also. So that fair value gap, Asian session high, and where are we at in price? Those are always things I like to ask myself. Boom. When you have a lot of confirmations, look for where you are in price also, because it might add an extra one. And I'm going to move this line slightly up like this just so you can see the fair value gap also, but you can still see it's at 500 level. Just look to the right. So we're going to mark this up. And also, matter of fact, before it all, look at what time it is. 4:30, 5 o'clock. A lot of confirmations right here. So what happened? Price, when it opened, came down, made these little lows, and had a push for London session. That did what? Targeted the Asian session highs and came into this gap. Now, one thing I also want to do is I'm going to now pull a fib from this high, which is the previous day's high, to this previous day's low. So right here, this high to this low. And I'm going to see if there was a continuation level. Ain't it just so beautiful? Ain't it just so beautiful when things just align? I'm not making this happen, guys. You guys see these happen multiple days at a time. It's just about being there when it does. Some days are going to be nicer than others. Look at how many confirmations you have for right here. Let's just get into writing them because we have a lot. So first of all, 5 o'clock. We have a 5 a.m. into a 15-minute fair value gap, along with fib short 38.20% from the previous day's high to previous day's low. So this isn't a random fib also. Good fib with 11 500 big figure level, along with, what else do we do? The Asian range high ran. What else? What else did we do? I think that is it. Lies down candle. We didn't tap into that. But I think that's it for right here. But look at how many confirmations we have. Besides time, 1, 2, 3, 4 reasons for why price had a reaction here. Now, even though I don't trade London session, I might start looking at trading London session at this point, my guys. Trade both sessions. Go real insane. I like the sound of that. But I'm thinking right here, you can see price came down and then did what? Ended up coming down and targeting these lows right here. Now, one thing I always like to do, guys, is target liquidity, target lows, target highs and lows. Even if it's session highs, session lows, there's a reason I have the Asian session here. There's a reason I have the previous day's highs, previous day's lows. I want to see these areas get tagged. Those are what I'm using to target. Like, it's like when I'm at the shooting range, it's my target. That's where I'm targeting. I have them there. I don't know which one is going to get targeted first necessarily, but I do know it's going to get targeted. So now what happened from here? Price then ran down, cleared these Asian session lows. Well, not Asian session lows. It cleared this London session low, early London session low, and also came down. Oh, no, and it did clear the Asian session low. It really did. And the previous day's high. Previous day's low, my bad. So let's mark that up. And at what time did this happen? 9:30. You see the times, bro. You see the times. You see the times. 9:30. Let's start marking it up. 9:30 a.m. Previous day's low ran, along with Asian range low ran, along with London low ran. A lot of lows got ran. That's why this area was so important. There was a lot of liquidity that it grabbed at 9:30. And also, you were below the 12 a.m. open right there. Then from here, price had this major push. And look at where it went. Look at that major push after clearing major areas. Major areas are important. The smaller the area, like here, say for example, it was a day like yesterday where it didn't run all these areas. It wasn't going to have a major push. But over here, after it ran these lows, and they tapped in here, had a major push. Over here, ran these lows, major push. And now we're going to look at what happened after the fact. So one thing I'm going to do now is I did have this fib. We're just going to add our other levels into it. See if they marked up with it. They kind of did, but it looks like it had a deeper retracement, so I'm not even going to mark that up as a fib short because, in my opinion, I would have lost that trade, so it wouldn't have worked out. So there's no point in me having it there because it just goes past where the fib actually is. But one thing you can see, price did come all the way up and fill in the full fair value gap all the way up to here, and you can see that fair value gap from here all the way to this candle got filled in. So that is what happened, and that is what created our high of the day. Now, where are we at in price? 650 mid-figure. Not a big figure. We're at a mid-figure. So we had that fair value gap get filled, 15-minute fair value gap, imbalance, whatever you want to call it. We have the 650 mid-figure level at what time? 11:30 a.m. Annotate it. 11:30 a.m. We got the high of the day at the 15-minute fair value gap fill, along with 11,650 mid fig. Boom. That is what created our high of the day. And from here, we had that big reversal that ended up doing what? running down, clearing the previous low of the day. Easy, right? That's easy. It's easier said than done, guys. I understand that, but you just got to start looking for these things. And when you look for them more, you start to see them on a daily basis. Trust me. Now, where are we price-wise? This is around 400 level where all of this was happening right here. Boom, 400 level. So let's annotate this right here. We have that low of the day at 16, which is about 16.3. So we have 3 p.m. low of the day after New York low cleared. There we go. So overall, today was a bearish New York reversal, similar as yesterday. Well, no, yesterday was a bullish New York reversal. To yesterday, no, 2 days ago was a bullish New York reversal. This one is a bearish New York reversal. My bad. We ran up, cleared the Asian session highs before running down and clearing the Asian session lows before having a big push that eventually came down and cleared these lows again. So it's a lot of choppiness in all reality. But keep in mind, there's moves happening within this that you don't have to catch every move here. You can simply catch little ones, and you don't have to catch everyone. You could just catch a few, maybe one or two. Simple. But with that being said, we're at the 21-minute mark, so this is a little bit of a longer video. But with that being said, hopefully everyone enjoyed it. Hopefully everyone found value in it, and hopefully everyone is going to benefit from it. Rewatch it, take the screenshots, join the Telegram chat that's in the description if you haven't already. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you all in the live stream that I'm about to do in approximately 30 minutes. So with that being said, I'll see you all soon. Stay safe, stay productive, and I'll see you soon.